My diet. There were some stages in my life where I had lots of problems with food. Sometimes I did not eat enough and I was underweight, or sometimes I ate too much and I was overweight. And many times I felt quite guilty about food. Some years later, and with lots and lots of effort, I finally understood that a good diet does not consist in eating very little quantities of food. It is not about stop eating what you like. It is not about eating excessive quantities of food. It has to do with eating in a moderate way. And my diet is the next one. First, for breakfast, I used to drink some coffee or a cup of chocolate or some fruit juice with eggs and a loaf of bread with some arepas or a fruit. And sometimes I have for breakfast a bowl of changua or a bowl of broth with potatoes and ribs. For lunch, I used to have meals like rice, grains like beans, beets, peas, chickpeas, lentils, etc. I also like to have meat or sausages, chicken, or even fish or tuna. Also put some potatoes and a delicious salad of vegetables. Vegetables like lettuce, tomatoes, carrots, etc. And finally for dinner, I used to have a cup of agua de panela and lemon, or some coffee, or even some yogurt with a piece of bread, or a piece of cake, or some eggs, or sometimes some cereal with yogurt or milk, or even a portion of fruits. Now, about the candies and the junk food, I like this kind of food, but I prefer to eat it in a very moderated way. When I hang out with my friends, or my boyfriend, or sometimes with my family for dinner. Now I'm gonna show you how to do a lemon dessert. Or well, this is my way. Now we will need the next ingredients. First of all, a packet of cookies. Second one, 400 grams of condensed milk. Third, between 4 and 6 lemons. I will use 6 now. 600 milliliters of milk cream. And now an envelope of unflavored gelatin. In 30 milliliters of water, we will pour the envelope of unflavored gelatin. We will leave the gelatin for some minutes. Now we will need a blender. The next step is to cut our lemons. And after this, we will squeeze the lemons to get their juice. And now that we have our lemon juice, it is time to use the blender. And later, with the condensed milk, what we have to do is to pour it into the blender as well. And later, with the condensed milk, what we have to do is to pour it into the blender as well. And then turn on the blender. And after that, we can add the lemon juice. And do you remember the unflavored gelatin? Well, what we have to do now is to microwave it. You can do it between 50 and 30 seconds. It is important that the gelatin is liquid. And then, when it is liquid, you can pour it into the blender and turn the blender on again. Now we need a mold like this one for the final step. Now what we are going to do is to put the cookies in the mold, and we are going to form like a cookie layer. And then we can pour the mix on the cookies. And again, another cookies layer. And again, we can pour the mix again. This dessert is almost ready. What we are going to do now is to leave this dessert on the fridge during 6 or maybe 8 hours. It depends on you. and this is the final result. Just serve it and enjoy.